You guys already know. Last time we talked, I don't know where we was at, but we was already making all-time highs, and we're still making these all-time highs, right? If you guys remember, throughout the whole year, we was talking about this brick wall. When I talk about support resistance, we done broke that brick wall. Now we're all the way up at $740, man, all-time high, man. So look, you never want to invest at the highs. Always want to wait for that pullback. Right here, market is boxed in between 731 and 740, right? That's the resistance and support I'm looking at on the daily time frame. Let's go to 1 hour. You know what I'm saying? Based off that chart work, you feeling me, brother? That's cool resistance, cool support.
Yeah.
Would you adjust it anything? How you coming?
Just for the way that I chart, from my understanding, I would mark out the all-time high just to have that, just to know where it's at.
Damn right.
But yeah, everything's bust.
So boom. So we got resistance at that level of 743 around there, right? And we also got that supported right around the level of 731. But just like brother said, we got that all-time high at 749.49, $750. Crazy, right? There's talks about, the stock market ending even higher at the end of the year, right? People got targets in the 800 areas. So say we have that good, say we go from where we're at now, and let's do another 10 to 15% for the next 6 months, right? Say we end there.
Damn.
10%, 11% is already 824. 15% would make it $850, right? So look, I'm trying to get at the fact that the market is going to hit 800s at some point. And this is why you guys need to get in here, right? These assets are going to get so expensive at some point in the next 10 years that you're going to wish you bought. And they're going to be priced out. You know what I'm saying? So look, grab you VOO, S&P 500, right? Get you one of these top companies and get into it, right? So based off everything that I just said, we got that all-time high. We got that pullback back into this range. I believe that we break this level right here, right, and go even lower. I want to really test the 694 level, but at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen in the market, man. You never know. So what I'm just going to suggest is double down through May and June and just start dollar cost averaging, right? Buy some here, buy some here, buy some here, buy some now. Just get in there, because I believe that we're going to get another good run up, right? And I want you guys to be a part of that, because if you guys missed that April one, all the way down here, we was telling you guys, buy the dip. This ain't just to make us sound good. No, this is us saying that down here we was expressing the opportunity of what's to come when these dips happen this low, right? And now look at where we are, right? But the market always moves in cycles, man. You're gonna get another pullback. People is gonna panic thinking it's another crash. And look, you guys got to be there to capitalize. So choose your top company out of the top 5 of the S&P, and then choose VOO and start there if you ain't started yet. But if you are already in the game, man, it's one of them times where you got to accumulate and double down on the investment, because that's what I'm doing.
Right.
I want a pair of kicks in the next couple of weeks, but I said forget them quick kicks. That extra 200 got to go into the market, man. So that's my breakdown for S&P 500 real quick. You got anything you want to say about it?
Yeah, touching on the simple fact that because history doesn't repeat itself but often rhymes, right? We see how low that we have came. It's like you said, that's an 18% move. Now, who's to say from this bounce off in April all the way to all-time highs? That's at 19%. Sorry. So if I go, right, just from where we are right now, just like you said, that was like 900.
He's killing them. He's killing them 860.
That's 860.
So and they adjusted to 16%. But if you pull it up higher to another 20, to 20%, and
it's 19.5.
Yeah. If we in the year 885, you know how priced out 700 just sounds a little bit. 700 is already crazy. I'm gonna get we started looking at we started looking at the market when it was at 300s, right? That's when we got in, right? So for me to go from this and then go to the 800s, almost $1,000, that really goes to show the times that we're in. When uncertainty happens, when uncertainty knocks out the door, people was running to assets, man. And we got a lot of uncertainty going on in our world, man. It's only gonna get worse and worse, and people is gonna run the assets. So if all else fails, there's a whole bunch of companies on this list, but at the end of the day, buy the S&P 500, buy VOO, and then Get into those stocks. Get into those cryptos that Flash is talking about, man. That's how you diversify your portfolio. Period. Point blank. And from that point on, there's no more stretch. The market is a forward moving mechanism. So all you gotta do is set it and forget it, right? You don't gotta worry about the news. You don't gotta worry about it going and dipping for 1 week, dipping for another week when you're holding for the long term, man. So look, just hold. Get up in these and create and hold them, right? Get up in these and stick with that plan. That's what we talk about, right? Take that paycheck that you're getting from the job, right? And maybe we'll talk about that real quick. I'll ask the question to both of us of how do we manage work, our paycheck, life, and still prioritizing investing, right? And I'll answer first real quick. Back to what I just said earlier. I know I want some shoes, right? I know I'm willing to spend $200 there. If I'm willing to spend $200 there, right, I could sacrifice that and spend $200 more dollars here, right? When it comes down to my paycheck, I learned that it helps me personally. When I get paid, I gotta instantly invest first. I gotta pay myself first, because if I don't and I wait 2 more days, I already know how my mind is gonna go. Oh, I waited 2 more days, I bought all this other stuff. Maybe I could wait and invest this much, or maybe I could wait the next time to invest what I really want. That's why you got to invest first. That has to be the first thing you do. Pay yourself first. So that's my answer.
Yeah, how I manage is just knowing that I want a better future at the end of the day, right? I know that I could. So actually, quick story time, real quick, real brief. I was talking to my girl last night just about the fact that we're young, in our lower 20s. What you should be doing in your younger 20s is grabbing skills. Now, one of those skills that I mentioned specifically was discipline, because that's not something that is taught. It's something that's taught, but it's not. You can't master that as a kid.
I agree.
You get to an adult, then you get to see discipline in your face every day, right? So, discipline being a skill, that is a skill that I'm looking to achieve and master. So therefore, if I know that I'm, I got some money, right? I could easily go buy them shoes. I could easily go, I could do whatever, miscellaneous with the money, but instead the discipline that I'm working on is telling me to go to build my future up.
Yeah.
So that's what I keep in the back of my mind. Like, what do I want my future to look like? And I know that you say pay yourself now, but the way that I see it is the same, but it's just for the future. Because I know that next year, portfolio's gonna be busting, right? Even though I might even have to go broke, I'm buying the stock, buying the crypto, whatever. But I know that next year, man, we could be 20%, and SPY could be $800, $60.
So I like that you said that, paying yourself now, but with the mind frame, with the mindset of I'm paying myself now for my future self, right? That's a good mindset too. And then discipline being a skill. I'm glad you said that too, because discipline is a skill. Discipline, having the skill and having the strength to simply be like, hey, I know that the market's down right now. I want them shoes next week, but instead of taking that 400 and going 200 shoes, 200 investing, 400 all into an investment account. I had to. That's very important, and I suggest that us, to anybody at a younger age, like us, try to get rid of that status game in your mind as soon as you can.
Yes.
That helped me a lot. When I knew that I wanted to take investing seriously, right, and I had more shoes in my closet than I did, and more money than my investment account, I didn't sell all my shoes. I didn't sell all my shoes just to have more money. It was really an identity game, right? How can I manage without this and just wearing a pair of Yeezys every day? Crazy thing is, he put me on to the Yeezys. I got a pair of Yeezy 500s, and I started wearing those every single day. And that let me let go of the attachment of, nigga got to wear 5 different pair of kicks every single day, or every week, or have however many kicks in your closet. So then when you circle back after having that discipline as a skill, now you're going to be able to say, oh, I want them kicks, but I also want this more. And it took for me a lot to get there. I'm glad you brought that up, because discipline for sure is a skill.
And realizing that wanting something and needing something are 2 different things, right? You need this investment account. You need to have your future prepared, because we're young and you don't know where this economy is going. But I want them Toro 4s that's coming out. You feel me? I want them Dornbeckers, whatever the case is. You got to be able to differentiate it. So that is a skill within itself, and discipline falls right in the middle of that.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on this topic, man. 19 Keys mentioned something one day. He called it temporal blindness, right? You guys look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm not, temporal blindness. And if I can remember correctly, he was talking about the fact that a lot of people don't have the ability to put themselves in the future.
Yep.
Like you don't have the ability to see the future. And not only see the future, like we not only see where we want to be in 10 years, right, with the busing portfolio, living in Puerto Rico or wherever we're at, another country, being able to do what we want when we want, $10,000 days, all the stuff. We not only are we able to see that, but you have to be able to put yourself in the future now. You have to really be realizing that helps you differentiate your wants and your needs, right? Because if you're really thinking about your future, you're gonna focus on the fact that I need this. I need my 400 to go in there. I got no choice, right? But if you're not able to actually put yourself in the future and you're so blind, you're gonna mess around and be like, well, shit, YOLO.
Right.
You only live once.
And that's where that status things come in. I'm glad that you have brought that up too, because you have that status in your mind, like, damn, I got, you know what I'm saying, 5 pair of shoes, but I only wear one. Whatever the case, I got to switch these out, right? Then when that limelight gets taken, that spotlight, right, that status, it's like, damn, world is crumbling. When instead of having your mind on the status, you should have had your mind on something that is productive and skill building, especially in your young age, man. We that's exactly what we're supposed to have. So that status is that ego, greed, and comparison are all dream killers. All 3 of those.
Ego, greed, and dream killers for sure.
It'll fuck up the whole trajectory where you wanted to see, because you see 19 keys on the internet talking about AI, right? But you want to start a whole business, but it's like, damn, how can I'm not like him yet. I ain't gonna do this shit because I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up killing the journey before you even start, man. You didn't even get to pull the map out. So make sure that you're staying in your own lane, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.